Hey everybody, my name's Steve Good. I would like to thank you for joining me on Pool Deck, the podcast that talks all things in and around the aquatic recreation industry. Today, I'm pleased to be introducing our very first guest on Pool Deck. She's the Participation and Regional Development Officer for Artistic Swimming WA. Welcome, Camille Claudino.
Thank you. Hi, Steve. How are you?
Very good, very good. And Christmas, you're getting into the spirit of things already,
I
so that's
I am. I
fantastic.
just I just thought I would wear the outfit just to, be be more Christmassy and making sure that everybody knows that this was recorded before Christmas.
Yes, fantastic, fantastic, and that. So, what is Christmas like at your place? And that I know we sort of get family and friends around and have a bit of a sort of a feast. What is Christmas to you? What do you guys do?
Well, I'm actually from Brazil, so Christmas is traditionally celebrated on New Year's Eve. And New
Okay.
Year's Day is just another day that we just hang around each other and, go to the beach and just, yeah,
Yeah.
and just enjoy the day. So it's definitely a very good and very loud Christmas.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic, and that. So, all right. So, our podcast today is a little bit about your passion and your sport. But before we get into the sport, I want to get the listeners a little bit about you and sort of how you got into artistic and swimming. So, give us a little bit of a background about you, Camille.
All right. So do I have 10 or 15 or half an hour or 1 hour? I can keep
You
going.
can take as long as you like.
I know. I'll try to go as short out as um, just get a little summary about me. So
Yeah.
I actually I used to do gymnastics. I decided to go off, stop gymnastics and do swimming because I always loved the water. And as I was doing my breaststroke was like going to splits. And then the instructor said, no, 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 you belong to that lane over there where those girls are going upside down and doing this, legs above on the air and, holding their breath. And I joined artistic swimming and I fell in love and haven't left the sport since then. Um, I I was an athlete myself and I competed for a few years and I'm actually still competing, just different age groups as we go. I moved. I met the Australian team in the Olympics in Rio 2016, where I was coordinator for the Olympics. And
Fantastic.
it was such an amazing opportunity. And they said, well, look, we are looking for coaches in Australia. Do you know anybody? And I said, well, I'd like to come over. Can I? So I moved over here in 2019, never left since then. I love every day that I work, and I work pretty much every day. But I do enjoy very, very much working with the sport, and it's very, yeah, it's definitely my passion.
So, did you just come over by yourself, or did you have family come over? What?
No, came over by myself, my love for synchro.
Oh,
Sorry,
fantastic! And
artistic
that. So,
swimming.
you didn't know anybody in Australia before then?
No, actually, I knew a few people because I met them, but not that I actually knew them as friends or family or anything. It's just more colleagues and, just,
Yeah.
hi, my name is Camille.
That's fantastic, and that. So
Yeah.
no, it's no great background. So let's start to get a little bit into artistic itself. So some people would sort of recognise the name as synchronized swimming, and I sort of understand there's been some name changes which I can get you to get into. So give us a little bit of a brief history about the sport and why were those changes sort of made to from synchronized to artistic swimming.
Yeah. So the sport is definitely has, come up and just brought a lot more challenges throughout the years. And just in other words, the sport has flourished.
Yeah.
And I think with all the improvements and all the athletes just going above and beyond in every single routine that they put together, and sometimes they don't go at the same time, and so that the sport became more artistic than actually synchronized. So that's where the changes started coming up for the sport. We artistic swimming is an Olympic sport and has been in Olympics for quite a few Olympics.
Mhm.
But now, just so you guys know, starting from next year, from the next Olympics in Paris, we will have male in the sport.
Okay.
So I'll walk you through a little bit more later about this because
Yeah. Yeah.
this is another subject apart.
Yep.
But yeah, so the sport is it is an Olympic sport. At the Olympics, we've got teams. So we've got the technical team and the free team. And I've got technical duet and free duet. But that's pretty much what it is in the Olympics. But
Mhm.
outside of the Olympics, we have got other we've got solos, we have got figures, which is a different type of competition for artistic swimming. We've got just artistic swimming for fun. We've got artistic swimming for all types.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And that's how long has it been around? Do you know what sort of sort of era that sort of
Um,
first came in?
That is a very good question. I actually need to come back to you on that one because I don't remember the year that was.
Yeah,
It was brought into become an Olympic sport. It probably is in the back of my mind, but I don't remember by now.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, but the name has changed in 2019,
Hmm.
where has taken us so many years to actually finally change it to artistic swimming. Officially, it was changed in 2019, but now we're just finally getting like you used to say, artistic swimming instead of synchro. Synchro, it was always so much easier, so much. People still ask me, what is the difference between synchronized swimming and artistic swimming? I said, no, just the name.
Just the
It is
name.
exactly the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's funny. So that sort of leads us into what you were sort of describing. Now it's sort of having these changes of going into mixed teams and men in sport, which is fantastic to have this inclusion. Usually it's the other way around where we're trying to get women sort of involved into a
I
lot of
know.
sort of sports and that, but now we're getting men into the sports and some new rule changes. Maybe run through a little bit of that sort of progression.
Yeah, certainly. So FINA, which has now also changed its name, so FINA it is our governing body. Now has changed its name to World Aquatics. So we have actually been trying to get men into the sport for a very long time, and now they finally accepted the idea of us having men. It's not going to be just men. So for now, for the next Olympics, we're gonna have men in a mixed routine, as you said. So it
Hmm.
will be six. It will be a minimum of six girls, six women, and
Yep.
six women to two men. So it'll be yeah. So it'll be six to two, or you're actually gonna have one to seven. So yeah, the routine is usually eight swimmers. So, but it will be a very it has been actually very interesting to watch the changes because for the past few competitions that we have seen, it's just it changes entirely the sport. It just becomes a lot more if I can say this, a lot more romantic as well. So it's just a
Okay.
beautiful. I know. I think there's this touch of ice skating as well, where
Yeah.
ice skating just by itself there is a feeling, but when there's this where there's a couple, just becomes a lot more engaging. And yeah, so just watching the last few competitions and having men competing with the women is just even more. I don't know. It's beautiful.
Well, I assume that will change some of the tactics of the way the things. So I would assume sort of maybe even sort of going into progression of bigger lifts, or with the progression of having men and females into it. Predominantly women would probably be more flexible than men, and then the perceived of men being a little bit stronger. I suppose mixing those combinations would certainly change the routines, I suppose, of what we
Absolutely.
and that with having all women and that. So
Yeah,
have you seen
absolutely.
that
And
progression?
also, oh, I have
Yeah.
certainly. And it also, just this is a very small detail, but just now we can see the difference between the bathers because girls wear one piece bathers and the boys are wearing, just the bottom part where.
Yep.
When in synchro, sometimes when they do like they go in a backflip or something, you can still see the bathers, but then now we can see, it's a different. It's just
Yeah.
magical to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's how I can explain to you. It's just absolutely magical. But yeah, so we're calling out all men to try to six swimming, if I can say this now,
Yeah. Yeah.
because it's just you never know. You
Yeah.
never know. You actually like some people know how to swim and some people know how to play water polo, but they just go, oh, I actually like doing this, and actually they're very good at it. So
Yeah.
why
Well,
not just
well,
have a go?
definitely. And I think in the world of inclusion that sort of we say men and women, but certainly it's all genders, isn't it? Sort of gender
Absolutely,
equality. So
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. No, it's very much clear that they are saying World Aquatics and also Artists Swimming Australia is saying that it is open to all genders. So we're very much happy with this news. There are more changes in the sport, that is for sure.
hmm,
There's a big change in our scoring system as well. That
yep,
is just the coaches need to get updated every single day because there's so many changes happening in the sport, especially after the events that happened in the past with the athlete passing out when she was swimming in the World Championships. Not not too long ago.
Hmm.
So those changes were made to ensure that the sport is a lot more fair and a lot more safe.
Hmm.
So yeah, we're very happy to be part of this new
Yeah.
change and just to adapt as well.
Yeah, definitely. And in the new rulings, are they sort of looking at obviously, maybe transitional, so male turning to female, female turning to male? Is that sort of also getting into the discussions around those sorts of things if they wanted to include those sort of
As
transgender or transsexual?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
well, my understanding is it is, as I said, it's open to all genders. So
Hmm.
I have not heard any questions in regards to that point, but
Hmm.
I'm sure that it is definitely something that needs to be discussed and needs to be
Be
sorted
addressed.
out because I'm sure that those would be addressed is a lot better
Yeah,
word than this.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And that so you're saying the Olympics is on next year, so that's hosted in Paris, I believe.
Yes.
And that
Yes.
so what sort of Australian representation do we have going to Paris? We've got some teams going, I assume.
So the Australian team has qualified.
Yep.
Yes. So we are. So now we have got a few changes in our sport in our own country. So artist swimming is now located in WA. So we are the hub for the sport, and we have got the national team training and living in WA to focus towards Paris. They are non-stop. They're training hours and hours a day, and if you see some legs going upside down at HBS Stadium, that's exactly where they're located.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but yeah, so we are definitely going to the Olympics, and we in the last world championships we had such a beautiful result, going from all the way back into 28th place and all the way into 8th place. So this is such an amazing achievement for the sport.
That's
So we are,
fantastic.
yeah, we are definitely going all in.
So if we just got the one team, do we have any different categories? Do we have that mixed sort of side, or is it all female sort of group going over?
But we are actually just bringing a whole female team.
Hmm.
We don't have any male representative for this Olympics.
Yep.
So I'm
Next one.
hoping that yeah, exactly. I'm
That's what
hoping
we
that
want
for
for
the
next one.
next one, or
Yeah.
even for Brisbane,
Yep.
when we get to 2032, we will be able to show off our men in our sport.
Yeah, yeah. So is it only in the Olympics? Is it in the Commonwealth Games at all, or is it just in the Olympics or and World
Uh,
Championships?
Artist swimming is actually, it depends on what country is hosting, but artist
Hmm.
swimming hasn't been in many Commonwealth Games throughout the years. So
Hmm.
we go with we are, yeah, we're definitely not in every single one.
Yeah.
But I would guess that would be included in it as well because it is. We are including men in our competitions here in Australia,
Yep.
Australia, national level.
Yep.
So I would guess that would be definitely something that would definitely be open.
And that might change the dynamics of who's the leader. So who is the country to beat in artistic swimming? Who's at the top of their game?
At the top of the game right now,
Yep.
we have got China, but for
Hmm.
many, many years, we have had Russia as top of game.
Right.
And now have got China and then Japan and Ukraine battling for that second place.
Yep.
That is what we have had for many years. But
Hmm.
now we have got Spain coming in, we have got Canada coming in, we have got many other countries coming in. And because
Hmm.
of the new rules, it
Yep.
has opened so many doors for so many other countries. So it's pretty exciting to see. So I can't
Yeah.
actually, this is an answer that I can't give you. Like I have to say, I can't wait to see the next competition because
Yeah.
it's so different. Yeah. So with the new rules, that has definitely opened up
So
many chances.
definitely. So I'm assuming because Australia is such a water-loving nation and we've got such great swimmers, both in men and female, and that this might be something that be able to grow, in artistic if we start to include the men's team, and we'll be up there with China and and Russia and
That would be Don't worry about it. It will be this will be a different conversation. But
definitely.
yeah, no, definitely. We're certainly a very strong aquatic country, and
Mhm.
it with the weather outside, there's no other well, like there's nowhere else you want to be other than the
Yeah,
swimming pool or just cooling off a little bit. So
yeah,
and yeah, and having the states giving teaching learn to swim from such a young age, so we do build that base from such a young age as well. So hopefully, actually we get people to understand that artist swimming is around. It is a sport. It is a choice. It is open for choice. You can actually participate because the sport is still it's growing, but it's still a
Yep.
bit small. So not everybody knows that we exist, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yep.
So
Yep. Yep.
I always hear that people, oh, I love artist swimming. It is definitely my favorite sport to watch on, at the Olympics. But do you have that in here? And I'm going, yes, we do.
So that sort of leads us into the next sort of question. You're running programs both metro and regional. So who are the people that are coming to your sort of program? What sort of ages, and you know who's actually participating?
So we have got a program that we call AquaStart. That is our participation and entry level program into the sport.
Hmm.
And the AquaStart program, it is for anyone who has never done artistic swimming and for anyone who has never taught artistic swimming. So I run the courses for AquaStart coaches. So they learn how to do back floating and they learn how to teach back floating. So it is, we have got this program. So wherever you are, I'm happy to come over to you and teach you how to deliver artistic swimming. And most of the swimming pools, I would say we are located in. Feel I can still name it, and hopefully at some point we talk again. I will be. Oh, I have lost track, but at the moment we are in Mandurah, Rockingham. We are in Bunbury, Busselton, Albany. We are in Geraldton. We're in Katanning. We are in Noangwarup as well. So there are a few areas that we are mainly south, I would say.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I'm actually we'll be in Broome next year, and hopefully Karratha and Wickham and Port Hedland as well. So there are plans. We have got many plans, but artist swimming is for everybody. For all, as I said before, all genders. We run
Yep.
programs from 6 to 14 years old at the moment. We do have our seniors program. We've got our masters
Okay.
program. So
Yeah, so
yeah.
because we've got our Masters games also coming up. Is there a category in the Masters games that are coming up? That's held in Perth, I think, next year as well, isn't it?
Yes, there is, and we will be organizing in it. I will show you what
Yeah,
it is. My masters are just beautiful. They're big.
fantastic. Yep.
Yeah, no, we're very proud of our work, and our masters team trains twice a week, and they're just so dedicated. They talk a lot, but they do. Oh, there's a lot to talk, Dory. There's not. It's sometimes I just wait, and I'm like, okay, guys, now you're getting cold. Okay, let's train. But it's definitely we'll be part of it, and it is going to be our second year being part of the Master Games in Perth.
Oh,
So
fantastic! And
very
that because
exciting.
it's not just about the sort of the competing; it's the social aspect and that social connection that they certainly have by coming to these
Oh,
programs, isn't
absolutely.
it? Yeah.
Absolutely. I think all of us, when we are in the pool, we are there for, a reason to be healthy, to be active, to belong to a group in a way. But all of us, we come from a different background. Like we have got teachers, who have got a different, like just engineers in the same group. And then when
Mm.
we get together, that's our subject. That is the reason we're all
Yep.
together, and we are just all enjoying and learning and having a good time. So definitely
Yeah,
very.
no, that's great. So if people or pools wanted to go, what are some of the minimum requirements that you sort of need to run a program? Sort of like the size of the pool or the depth of the pool, probably temperature, because
Oh
nobody wants
yeah,
to, all those
that
sorts
is
of
yeah.
things and that. So what are sort of the minimum sort of requirements to run something like this for
Um,
artistic?
I would say that these days it does depend on the age group that you're running, to be honest. And of course, back in the days, depth would be something very important to us. But if you're just learning how to do artistic swimming,
Yep.
even in a shallow pool, for to start with, it is okay. A shallow
Yep.
pool, I would say, for me, would be 1.1, 1.3. That
Okay.
is a shallow pool.
Yeah. Yep.
But then, doesn't need to go to a deep pool for now, at least until the sport is in development. We no size, so a 25-meter pool is perfect. 20 meters pool is perfect. 10
Yep.
meters pool, I would say, it's a bit too small.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so temperature, it would be about 28
Yeah.
ideal.
Yep.
But we have had classes running in like 24.
You just
And the
have to
kids
put
would
on
jump
a
in, yeah, wetsuit, yeah.
yeah, the
It would be
wetsuits.
swimming with wetsuit, yeah. But otherwise, they would swim, hop out, and lay down on the ground where the ground's a lot warmer than the pool.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah, I've seen that a few times as well.
So
But
are you
again,
only
just having.
running? Yeah, you're only running it in pools. Is there any other areas that any other calm water that you're sort of operating in?
Well, actually, no. At the moment, we're just running at swimming pools, but I have had a couple of requests about doing in rivers or
Mhm.
in a bay that is a lot calmer.
Yep.
So again, maybe next time I'm talking to you, there'll be a different answer. But at the moment, we're just at the pools. Yes, correct.
There's definitely lots of opportunities in that there.
Oh,
So
definitely, yeah,
definitely. So
yeah.
so
But as long
if
as everybody's safe and having a good time, I think that's all that matters.
yeah, and there's not 10-foot waves sort of coming over the top of them.
Oh, keep that point in there.
Definitely, and that. So if people wanted to get involved, or aquatic facilities or councils wanted to, how do they get involved? Who do they need to contact? What do they need to do?
All right. So, just if anybody wants to participate in sport, if you parent have got a young little one who would like to come over and try artistic swimming in January, I will be running 26 open days. We call
Hmm.
them come and try days. So we have got two age groups. We've got age groups from 7 to 10, and then 11 to 14. People can just register online on our website. It's a free event. Just come over, have a go, participate in the sports that you might fall in love with it, or you might just learn something and take that new acquired skill into your aquatic sport, either swimming or water polo or any other aquatic sport. Yeah, and then if there are any regional areas or any regional communities that would like to bring synchro artistic swimming into their community, just reach out to us on our website as well. They'll probably be talking to me. So make sure you have got at least half an hour to be able to talk to me, because I do talk
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. So what is
Yeah.
the website? What is your website that they need to go to?
So our website is still with the old name. So it's still Synchro. So synchro all together
Yep.
.org.au.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's it. Or otherwise, just send me an email on development.officer@synchrowa.org.au.
Sure. And you got a Facebook page in that as well, as
Yes,
well.
we
Yeah.
do. We
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
people can be
Yeah.
able to
So
connect in that. So it has
exactly.
been fantastic to talk to you, Camille, and that it's been certainly enlightening for me, and hopefully enlightening for a lot of our listeners and that here. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and a safe holiday season and that. So, but before we sort of head out, we've got a little bit of a watch around water poem that we're slowly introducing into our Christmas message. So before we sign out, I wanted to thank you, Camille, and that for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
And we'll leave you with this Watch Around Water poem. The sun is warmer and the kids have finished school, and all they want is to head to the pool. The families are back and the little ones hold out their hand as they want to receive their Watch Around Water wristband. For kids under 5, please parents stay close, as your child's safety is what matters the most. The crowds flock in more than 100 to 1, so the pool manager also has to join in the fun of watching the kids and the parents as they play. It's going to be busy and a very long day. But the staff are prepared as they have practiced and planned for any emergency. They have got this in hand. The silly season is upon us and the summer heat is here, but we would all like to wish you a happy new year. Dear father, dear mother, dear son, dear daughter, when you go to the pool this summer, please watch around water.